Goosebumps. Isn't this the peakest feeling you can get from listening to music? That sensation when music physically changes your body's own hormones? Isn't that the high of musical highs? Studies suggest that 55%, more than half of us, get goosebumps listening to music, and seeing as this is a music channel, that suggests probably 75% of you. And seeing as this is a classical channel, let's say 88.2% of you get goosebumps listening to classical music. Numbers, they're just so factual. Coming up are my top 5 goosebump moments in classical music. This was a hard video to make as you get goosebumps for all sorts of reasons. Most of them are personal. A particular performance of a piece, a particular instrument, or a performer who means something to you at a particular moment in your own life. All fair enough, but I wanted to select different sorts of goosebump moments. Not just ones that mean something personally to me, but goosebump moments that could be explained. So, strap in. What you're going to get from this video are 5 absolutely mind-blowing moments of classical music and the uniquely different reasons they have this effect. I've got many more examples, so if you've got your own ideas, do let me know in the comments section, and please hit the like button. They say it makes a difference to the algorithm. I have absolutely no idea. So, let's start with an easy one. Yes, the easiest way to thrill you with music is a good old-fashioned build and climax. The Sinfonia Concertante is really a double concerto for violin and viola, and this build-up comes just before the introduction of those solo instruments. You know, this is kind of setting the scene kind of stuff. It's a simple question of building and thrilling. The sound builds throughout the orchestra as the intensity, dynamics and pitch all rise, and the instruments thrill with trilling, literally, and they increasingly trill to give this lift its spectacular throbbing intensity, and throbbing always helps with goosebumps. I should say I almost use Wagner's overture to Tannhauser here, for similar reasons. It's a build with a throbbing strings. But Mozart is so much more succinct. So, we have a rousing build, great dynamics and scoring, and a good bit of throbbing. Always helps throbbing. So some very skillful orchestration and scoring can gain you some goosebumps, but so can a simple change of key. Now, I've gone into the key change itself in a separate video, so I'll spare you the detail on that, but of course there's more than just a simple key change operating here. 2 other, more rhythmic and melodious factors help. Firstly, that repetition in the horns and brass that's been going on before the key change. And continues through it. That helps to ground the key change moment, giving you something to hold on to while the key change happens around you. And secondly, there's that wonderful swoop of melody from the cellos. So, here we have a key change, but we also have a repetitious build that grounds it, and a superb melody to create this moment. It's a classic bit of classical music for some pretty classic reasons. So sometimes a simple key change and a simple melody will do, and sometimes you can use more complex harmonic relationships. This was one of the first bits of music that attracted me to the entire genre of classical music. I was listening to this happy noise burbling away when suddenly this harmonic joy lit up the musical space. Now, there's a reason this bit works so well. Firstly, yes, it's written by Bach, that always helps. But secondly, because it relies on a well-known harmonic trope, the circle of fifths. Now, I've already made a whole video on that, so I'll spare you the science. Suffice it to say, this is an eternally happy harmonic procession that can be heard in all our music. Right up to today.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter.
But Bach adds to the harmonic pleasure with suspensions from the solo instruments, creating even more subtle chords like major sevenths. So what we have is a well-trusted harmonic progression and lovely suspensions creating more harmonic complexity and pattern, and it's made by Bach. All in all, music gorgeousness. It's given me the goosebumps over the years many times, and here it is again. Next comes one of the most personal and intense bits of classical music that I know. This is a deeply personal moment from a deeply personal string quartet. The movement is actually about being ill, or rather feeling better after feeling ill. Beethoven wrote at the top of the movement, "Holy Song of Thanksgiving of a Convalescent to God." Now, this may not exactly sound inspiring, but if you really stop to think about it, describing your health is pretty much as personal as it gets. The music begins as a slow set of building rounds. It's so gentle and continuous. Then the instruments all finally seem to get stuck on a note, before breaking out into this heavenly sound. The moment is marked in the score as a moment of feeling better, newfound strength. It's a heavenly sound that is musically very straightforward, a simple melody on a descending bass line. You get the same thing with another bit of big goosebump Wagner at the very end of his final opera in the Ring cycle, Gotterdammerung. This is right at the end of 4 hours of opera, coming right at the end of another whole 3 operas. It's the finale of finales, and Wagner goes for the simplest of melodies over a descending bass line. The effect of such ruthless simplicity after so much complexity, I mean, the gods have literally just come crashing down around you, then you get this simple chocolate box melody. It's amazing. And so it is with Beethoven, but done faster, obviously. The power of the effect comes from a pure simplicity, but a simplicity that's emerged from something previously different, contrasting. So, we are talking about deep and intense personal feelings, we are talking about simplicity, and not just simplicity, we are talking about simplicity after its contrast, simplicity after complexity, strength after rest, melody after harmony. Ladies and gentlemen, Beethoven's 15th String Quartet. final choice? You don't just get good goosebumps, you can get bad ones too. I mean, this is the original meaning for your goosebumps. It's a fear response our bodies have, which has become associated over many thousands of years with states of heightened emotion and finally pleasure. But the original reason you got goosebumps is because you got the creeps, and this music has always done that for me. Prokofiev's Fifth Symphony was written during the Second World War, and its finale seems to bring us bang up to date with a militaristic screech. At which point I'm expecting a rush to grand victory. Remember, this was a symphony that was premiering right about the end of the war, just as Russian forces were penetrating deep into German territory. Bring on the victory cannons! Only we suddenly slide into a new and awful coda, a spiderweb of conspiracy which suddenly surrounds us. This is the paranoia and insanity of living inside Stalin's Russia. This is music that can only come out of an authoritarian dictatorship where every aspect of your life belongs to a state that is paranoid and jealous and violent. And so for our final checklist, we have climax. In fact, we've done climax. No, this is full finale. It's creepy, and it's very, very creepy. Did I mention that? Okay, that's it. Next time we'll look at some vocal works that have given me goosebumps. But meantime, please do like and subscribe. Thanks.